Are you a violin player looking to improve your timing and your accuracy in rhythms? Do you sometimes find it tricky to play in time? Or do you unintentionally speed up or slow down your playing? Does your teacher maybe tell you to use a metronome without telling you how to use it? Then welcome to Improving Your Violin Playing using a metronome. And in this lesson we will discuss how we use a metronome, how using a metronome might help develop your sense of rhythm, how a metronome can help build precision and accuracy in your playing, and finally, towards the end of the video, I will show you an example of how you can use a metronome to practice playing faster. So stick around until the end of this video. So a metronome is a device that produces a sound or a click at regular intervals to help musicians play in time, sometimes with a light to add a visual touch as well. I have this metronome which I use all the time, and I also have a small one like this one, which is quite handy for travelling and for keeping in your violin case, but I find it quite small to handle because the buttons are really very small and you can barely operate them with your fingers. You have to use a pencil. There is a traditional model of metronome, of course, and there are free online metronomes as well, and there are metronome apps, and apparently you can have a metronome for your Apple Watch. I didn't know about that. And some gig musicians, especially drummers, have a haptic metronome in their pocket so they can feel the beat and start songs at the right speed. The word metronome comes from the ancient Greek metron, which means measure, and nomos, which means melody. And in the 1800s, the metronome gained in popularity when automata were popular, and they were machines which would carry out tasks for people, and that was a very popular thing. And one inventor of automata was Johann Mausel. Although he didn't invent the metronome himself, he patented the idea in 1850, as he called it a machine for the improvement of all musical performance, and that I just found hilarious and I wanted to share that with you. You may sometimes have noticed in your music the markings MM, and MM in your music stands for Mausel's metronome, followed by a tempo marking, and that is the number of beats per minute. And this video is all about how you can improve your musical performance with the help of a metronome, as playing with the metronome is a specific skill that you can practice and that you can get better at. So I'm hoping you have your instrument ready so that we can practice together. We are going to start easy and gradually make things a bit harder. So let me set my metronome at 60, and I'm going to play a D major scale, and each note is going to be 4 counts long. So if your metronome has got a bell or a louder beat on every 4 counts, then you will want to start at the bell or on the louder beat. So let's count ourselves in before we begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. And this way you learn to listen to the metronome while you play, and you also learn to adapt your playing to the metronome while you play. Now let's go twice as fast and play 2 beats on each note of the scale. So again, I'm on metronome mark 60. I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time we're going to add 1 note to a beat, and we're going to go up and down the scale this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. metronome mark 60 and we're going to play exercise 1. So our dotted half note lasts for 3 metronome beats and our quarter note is 1 metronome beat. I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're practicing listening to the metronome and adapting your playing towards the beat of the metronome. Well done. Now in our next exercise, we're going to put the metronome twice as fast. So the metronome mark is going to be 120. And we're going to play a dotted quarter note and an eighth note all on the same bow. And I want you to count this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Here we go. I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing, really well done. Let's make this slightly more difficult now, and we're practicing exercise 3. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, da da da, da da dee, da da da. So you need to subdivide the dotted quarter note into 3s. 1, 2, 3. Then the 2 16th notes come on the 4th beat of your metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, like that. So my metronome is still on 120. Here we go. I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Shall we do that again? 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Finally, let's have a go at triplets, and this is exercise 4. And I'm going to set my metronome to 60, and 60 is the speed of the quarter note, and that covers 1 triplet. So we're going to go like this. This is your beat. I'll count us in for 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you want to play even triplets, say in your head, butterfly, 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 butterfly. And that way you get really nice and smooth triplets. Here we go. I'm going to play up the scale and down the scale as well, just to get a bit more practice from this exercise. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you may feel that this is getting quite challenging, which is what it is. So feel free to play the video back and have another go. And you may find that it will take a couple of days to get to this point really good. You're developing your sense of rhythm, and you're developing your sense of, I'd almost call it communication with your metronome, because you're listening to your metronome and you're interacting with your metronome at the same time. So that can only be a good thing in music. And especially when you learn to subdivide longer notes in your head, a metronome is really, really useful. You can also use the metronome to help you play faster. And I will give you an example of how you can gradually speed up your playing using a metronome now. And I'm going to use an example from Kinsey's Elementary Progressive Studies Book 1, and this is study number 9. So if you want to have a go at practicing this with me, here is the link to that book. And this is how you might go about learning this piece with a metronome. So I'm first going to start at a random pace. And then I notice I make a mistake. So I'm going a little bit faster than the way I can comfortably play it. So let me first work out what speed I chose in the first place. So I was going at 92. Now 92 clearly is too fast for me. So I need to go more slowly, so I'm able to play this without any errors. So let me just put it right down. Let's go to 66. Okay, let me try that. That might well be possible. 3, 4. Oh, I'm still making a mistake. No, I'm making a mistake. So this speed, 66, is also too fast. So I'm going to go a lot more slowly. Let's put this at 56. That feels a lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feels very comfortable. Now my teacher has told me that I need to play this faster for next time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip my metronome up by 2. So I was playing at 56. I'm now going to go to 60 and I'm going to play the exact same passage again. 1, 2, 1, 2. I can play it at 60 as well. So that is amazing. I'm going to tip it up another 2. Let's see if now that I've practiced it more slowly twice, I might be able to go at 66. One, 2, 1, 2. So now you see I was able to play it at 66 because I've played it more slowly before. Now tomorrow when I'm practicing this again, I'm going to drop my metronome down by 1. So I'm going to make a note in my music and tomorrow I'm going to go at 63 and then I'm going to try it again. In theory, you should be able to do that because you were able to play it at 66 today. But then I'm going to push it up by 2. So now, then I'll end up at 69. And then I'm going to go up 2, 1 down. So the next playing, I'm going to go 66 again. And then I'm pushing it up by 2, and that brings me to 72. So 2 up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down. And this is how you practice faster and faster. So we're going very gradually. 2 numbers up, 1 number down on your metronome. Until you get really very, very fast. And you may find that whilst you may be able to play the vast majority of your notes in your piece at a certain speed, but there's just one section that you can't play quite as fast. You want to practice this separate section again by going right down to where it is comfortable playing along with your metronome, and then doing the same method but on this much shorter section of your music. 2 up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, until you'll be able to play everything in your whole piece at the same speed. Now, if you find this video and this exercise helpful, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please use the comment section down below this video to post your comments. So best of luck with your metronome practice. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Goodbye.